Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This time I will be talking about the 10 Metroidvania games that I have played, and I'm gonna rank them from worst to best according to my experience. And starting with number 10 and my least favorite on the list, I have to go with Salt and Sanctuary. Now, playing this game was absolute pain. They don't call this game Dark Souls in 2D for no reason. It is a really very hard game, and for me, for the wrong reasons. And I say this because this game is atrocious when it comes to the platforming sections. I absolutely hated the fact that I died like over 200 times because of falling. Like seriously, this is really like Dark Souls. You're gonna die a lot from falling, and I was losing my mind with this game. I almost wanted to quit, and not just because of the insane amount of deaths from falling, but also because this game does not have a map. What the hell was going through their head to make a game without a map? Like seriously, I got lost for hours and hours and hours, having no idea where to go. And it's also because like there's like a surface level and there's an underground level in this game, and the underground level, basically every room looks the same. So I really got lost forever, and I was hating my time with this game. I honestly don't know how I pushed myself to finish it, but I did it, and I never want to play this game ever again. On the good side, it does have a few bosses that I like the witch or the final boss, and the visuals of this game are also pretty nice, but that's pretty much where my praise ends, because I really did not have fun with Salt and Sanctuary, so it definitely is my least favorite game on this list. Now it's time for number 9, and I have Ender Lilies, and the jump in quality from Salt and Sanctuary to Ender Lilies, to me, it's absolutely insane, because I really enjoyed my time with this game. And honestly, if you're watching this video and you never played Ender Lilies, you get my recommendation right away to try it. It's a really fun game. Things that I absolutely love about this game is the variety of things that you can do with your character, especially because like every time you kill a boss you get like new attacks or new things that will make you be able to progress in the level. I really enjoy that aspect of the game. The visuals in this game are also very cool, and it's also a very challenging game. Like seriously, I died like crazy in this game. On the bad side of things, now there's a few, I'm not gonna lie, it's not a perfect game, and same as Salt and Sanctuary, I did get lost a lot, even though this game does have a map. But again, without certain things that you need to get in this game, you cannot progress. And another thing I did not like was how unbelievably slow the healing in this game is. Like seriously, it's like Dark Souls 2 levels of slow. It really pissed me off and made me die many more times that I probably should have if it was only a little bit faster. So I did got a lot of rage in this game because of how incredibly slow it is to heal. But overall, incredible game, big recommendation from me. Go play it right now. Now it's time for number 8, and I have Grime, and honestly I almost feel bad for putting this game here because I absolutely love Grime. From this entire list, Grime is definitely one of the best games when it comes to two things that I think are incredibly important in video games, and those things are boss fights and soundtrack. Both of these things are absolutely phenomenal in Grime. Seriously, I even put Grime as one of the top 10 best soundtracks I've ever listened in my entire life as a gamer. And bosses, let me tell you, there are at least 2 bosses in this game that are probably some of the best 2D bosses ever put into a Metroidvania. They are in the DLC, however, so if you only bought the main game, you're not gonna find them. On the negative side, I don't think there's like much to say about this game, but there was like this mechanic in the game that I'm showing you right now in the video that absolutely pissed me off to oblivion. It never seemed like it worked the way it was intended to, and I saw myself losing hours upon hours, sometimes in the same room, just because of this ridiculous mechanic that it seemed to work whenever it wanted. And pretty much like the last level and the final boss as well, it uses this mechanic a lot, and so I just got these tons of very frustrating moments when I was doing, you know, the final act of the game, and that definitely pissed me off a little bit and made me love the game a little bit less, I have to be honest here. So for that, Grime takes the number 8. Now it's time for number 7, and I have 9 Souls. This is the most recent game I played on this list, and I absolutely loved my time with 9 Souls. It is easily one of the hardest games in this list, and definitely has some of the hardest 2D Metroidvania's bosses I've ever fought against. And of course I'm talking about the final boss and also a certain crazy lady. If you play the game, you already know who I'm talking about. The boss fights in this game are incredible. incredible and super memorable. The soundtrack is also nice for this game, and it's very easy to get attached to the characters. Some of the characters in this game, some of the NPCs that you talk to, they will stay in your head forever, especially like the little kid. It was a lot of fun interacting with most of them. Now, on the negative side, Nine Souls does have a few things that piss me off a little bit. First of all, even though I did enjoy getting to know these characters more and the story, I think this game has way too much talking. You spent hours in this game just talking to NPCs, man, and I really wish I had a lot less from that. Another thing that I did not like as well was the jumping in this game, and to me that is a gigantic thing, because in a Metroidvania, to me it is essential that the jumping is perfect, and in this game it felt incredibly floaty. I could not control my characters so many times, and I don't know, man, to me that's a big negative in what is in the end an incredible game. Now it's time for number 6, and I decided to go with Bloodstained. This is a game that was made by one of the makers of the Castlevania games, and that's almost all I needed to know before I even bought the game, because I am absolutely crazy for Castlevania games. I played many of them and I love them all, so I was super hyped to play this game, and it did not disappoint. Almost everything in this game is absolutely amazing. The soundtrack, incredible. The visuals, incredible. The gameplay, incredible. If there's anything in this game that I kinda was not blown away, was almost the same as some of the Castlevania games, which is the bosses. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad or anything, but I can't say that there was even one boss that absolutely blew me away. There are a few that I definitely enjoy, but I can't say that I loved any of the bosses, to be honest. And I also think that this game does not start very well. Like, the first level and the first boss are not very good. I was definitely not impressed, but the game does improve a lot, so don't be thrown away by the first level. The game definitely becomes a lot better after you beat that shitty first boss. Now it's time for number 5, and I decided to go with Blasphemous. Now this is a game that is totally up my alley when it comes to visuals. I absolutely love the gothic atmosphere in this game, all the dark, creepy visuals. It is something I love. I just do. I mean, Bloodborne is my favorite game of all time, and this game kind of reminds me a little bit of Bloodborne, but in a 2D game, let's call it that. And besides the visuals, there's also another thing that I absolutely adore in this game, and that is the boss fights, man. Like, I liked every boss fight in Blasphemous. I mean it, every single boss fight in Blasphemous is at least kinda good or very good, and that to me is crazy, because normally every single game that you play has at least like 2 or 3 terrible bosses, but I could not find a single one in Blasphemous that I didn't like. So for that, I think this game deserves very high praise. Another thing that I like about this game was the difficulty. I don't think it's as hard as people say. I think the difficulty is a bit overrated. They even call this game like a Souls-like. From all these games on this list, it's probably one of the games I died the least, so I don't think it's as hard as everyone say, but it's definitely a very cool challenge. As for bad things when it comes to Blasphemous, to be honest, I don't even know what to say. I guess I probably should mention that I didn't find the game very memorable. Like, I'm trying to think about any level in this game and I simply cannot remember. Yes, I played this game a few years ago, but I simply cannot remember almost anything of this game. I know I loved it when I played it, but I don't remember much from it, and I think I have to put that as a negative thing. It just didn't blow me away like the next games on this list, but again, absolutely incredible game. Now it's time for number 4, and I have Guacamelee 2. Now, holy shit, this game was an incredible surprise for me. I did not play the first one, so I had no idea what was waiting for me, and I had a blast with this game. Like, seriously, this is probably one of the funniest, if not the funniest game I ever played in my entire life. And this is also a game that does a lot of throwbacks to old games. Just to give you a quick example, and this is not a big spoiler or anything, there's this moment where you enter this room and there's like a car in the middle, and you know right away which car it is and which game it is, and I'm talking about Street Fighter 2, and you know what you have to do, and I just thought it was hilarious. And this happens many times in this game. There's really a lot of throwbacks to old games, and I think it's brilliant. The gameplay in this game is also super cool, super fun, and there's an insane variety in levels, which is something I absolutely love. There's so many ways to approach this game, and the variety will absolutely blow you away. And be prepared also, because this is a challenging game. You're gonna die a lot while playing Guacamelee 2. When it comes to bad things in Guacamelee 2, I think I'm gonna talk about the fact that there's not a lot of variety in enemies and bosses in this game. At least I didn't think there was while I was playing. When I beat the game, I was like, that's it? There's only these bosses to fight? I don't know if I missed any optional boss or anything, but the main bosses that you have to kill to finish the game, I thought the number of them was very, very short. So that's pretty much my only gripe with Guacamelee 2. But outside of that, absolutely stellar game. Go play it right now. You're missing out an incredible game. Now it's time for number 3, and this will be number 1 in many people's list, and that is Hollow Knight. Now, the first Hollow Knight was an absolutely incredible experience that I will never forget in my entire life. Unlike Blasphemous, where I almost don't remember anything about it, I remember almost everything about Hollow Knight, and I've only played it once, but the game is so memorable, from the visuals, from the design of our character, from the bosses, from the incredible soundtrack that the game has, from the story, from the incredible DLCs that were for free, which was awesome, from the insane difficulty, like who can forget the Path of Pain or the 5 Pantheons. But it's a near flawless game, and I almost feel bad for putting it in 3rd place, because again, if someone puts it at number 1, I can see it, I can totally understand it. It's a masterpiece that will survive the test of time, and to me it will always remain as one of the best Metroidvania games ever made. And now it's time for number 2, and that is Hollow Knight Silksong. We're back into the world of Hollow Knight, and this time we're talking about the sequel that took forever to make. A lot of people thought that this game didn't even exist. There were so many funny memes about this game, but it's true, it's real. I played it and I absolutely loved it. Now, Silksong, when it comes to comparing it with Hollow Knight, I think it does better a lot of things. The graphics are of course better, but that's pretty much obvious, it was always going to be. The soundtrack, I do think it's better. Not a lot of people probably gonna agree, but I do think it's a little bit better than Hollow Knight, especially that Choral Chambers music. My god, one of the best songs I've ever heard in a video game. I think the bosses are definitely better as well, and the gameplay is faster, which is totally up my alley. I really enjoy really fast games. This is also a game that has an incredible amount of surprises. There's so many secret rooms, so many cool NPCs, and the ending for the game, I don't want to spoil it, I'm not gonna talk about it, but everything that happens before that final fight, it's just chef's kiss. Now, is this a perfect game? Absolutely not. I absolutely hate the runbacks in this game for the bosses. I don't understand how did they made the decisions of keeping them in this game. I do not understand why you have to spend like 1 or 2 minutes of platforming just to get to a boss and die and repeat the same thing again. Like, even From Software, the creator of terrible runbacks, they abandoned that shit since Sekiro, so why the hell is Silksong doing this? I totally don't understand that. And this is not a me thing, but I think the game might just be a little bit too hard. Like, serious, from what I understand, an insane amount of people have quit this game before they even finish Act 1. And that makes me sad, man, because there are so many more amazing things that people that quit this game soon are never going to witness, and it's such a pity, man. But should they had like a difficulty mode for this game? Now that's a different story. I do not know if that would solve all the problems or if Hollow Knight players would be happy about that, because I do think Hollow Knight players do like the challenge. So again, it's not a me problem. I enjoyed the difficulty, I enjoyed the challenge, but it really makes me sad that a lot of people are simply gonna quit this game because of how hard it is. Otherwise, incredible game, and we still have the DLC to come, which honestly, come on Team Sherry, just bring it on. I'm tired of waiting, make it happen, please. And now it's time for number 1, the best of them all, after all these years, and to me it's still Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the closest a game can be from being perfect. This game has a perfect soundtrack, one of the best of all time. To me, my second favorite soundtrack ever made into a video game. Like, right away, the game starts and your ears are just blessed with a soundtrack from the gods that will stay in your head forever. Even to this day, after all these years, I still listen to the soundtrack constantly. The gameplay in this game, perfection, absolute perfection. The jumping, the attacking, the speed, everything is what a Metroidvania gameplay should be. The bosses in this game, even though not out of this world good compared to the bosses that are today, but for that time they were very good, and there are so many of them. And this is a thing that this game also does incredibly well. Even to this day, I think it's still a game that has so much content, man. Like seriously, there's an insane variety of enemies, there's an insane variety of bosses, there's an insane amount of weapons, spells. Like there's so much to find in this game, so many secrets. And when you think you finished the game, the castle just turns around 180 and you have to play the game again. More new enemies and more new bosses. It is just crazy, man. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a classic for a reason, is a masterpiece, one of my favorite games of all time, and definitely the best Metroidvania ever made. So this is my list, guys. If you're thinking where are the Metroid games, I have never played a Metroid game, I'm sorry, so I cannot put them in this list obviously, but every single game that I put here I recommend, except Salt and Sanctuary. I'm sorry to the lovers of this game, I do not appreciate it. But again, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Tell me in the comments which one are your favorites, and as always, I see you guys on the next video. Stay well, bye bye guys.